But let's, while we wait, take a look at this here. I didn't even go into detail. This is pretty neat design right here. And this is just like a chat. But wow, look at this dashboard. And this is 2 minutes. This could have taken you an hour maybe if you're a designer or less. I don't know. But look at how much time you saved, and we can just build off of this, immediately, right?
What's up, everyone? I'm Mark Bastian, engineer, creative, and founder of MyAutoTab, a vehicle maintenance app that helps you keep tabs on every vehicle you own, set service records, reminders, manage your documents, and more. These videos follow my journey building this app from ground up and also the tools I'm using to move quickly as a solo founder. The goal is simple. Walk into any service or repair facility knowing exactly what your vehicle needs instead of being told what it needs. Stick around till the end. I promise you'll find something of value. Let's go!
Continuing with episode 2 of this little mini series that I'm creating, I wanted to show y'all how I built out the majority of my UI with this design AI called Stitch with Google. So pretty much my workflow, what I did and how almost the entire app is pretty much complete as far as the front end, with some minor tweaks that need to be done moving forward. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna show you my process, and yeah, I'll walk you through it. So before we get, to seeing some of the nice designs here, I do want to show you how it started. So normally I went, I do research before I work on, implementations. So for me in this case, I wanted to just know how I can make sure what I'm going to do is SEO, optimize for SEO. Um, and also I'm using the proper color palettes that keeps accessibility in mind, because we got to be aware that multiple people with different abilities will be using the application, right? So I just pretty much I'm asking it what are some important rules for color palette and usage for SEO optimized accessible mobile first web design. So whenever I'm building out an application or just a website, I come from mainly a web development background. I like to create mockups first and design the UI just to see how it will flow. And I always do it from mobile first. So mobile responsive, because it's easier to actually build out the application and expand it to wider screens while changing up the layout than to build it out from a wider screen and now try to figure out the layout going backwards down to mobile size. So this is what it gave me, pretty much some overview of what I want to be targeting while I'm building out this design. It tells me about the 60-30-10 rule. I'm asking how can I use it for the color palette that I have. So this is pretty much what I um pretty much got after doing some initial, again, research, right? So I wanted my application to have a trustworthy feel, but still professional and friendly at the same time. And this is what I landed on. And these are the colors that I ended up putting into Claude, which I'm about to show you right now, to build out that first dashboard, right? Let's see here. Boom. So this was what it looked like. I'm giving Claude a role. You're a web designer with exceptional experience in modern mobile first web design, right? You understand how to incorporate features that ensure site accessibility and so and so. I don't want to, read out everything, right? So once I gave Claude the role, Claude started acting as that role. As you can see here, making sure that the layout and visual design, accessibility, conversion rates for SEO performance and the user experience. It's, you know, now letting me know what it needs from me. So I told it with the type of application I'm building out, Cloud understands this. And this was before I gave it the color palette that I wanted to use. And it pretty much said exactly what it's going to do. It's telling me, right? It's very verbose. Remind you, I'm still learning Claude as well throughout this. I've been taking a Claude chat plus Claude code approach. And so I let it know I want to start off with the dashboard layout and build me something from there. So it goes ahead, it builds out the first initial dashboard, right? Let's see if we can take a look here. Uh, this is the updated version. So it built it out with different colors. I think it was like a brown and orange, if I remember correctly. But then I provided what I wanted it to be. So I like this initial dashboard design, to be honest. It's pretty neat, right? And this is what I used once it, did what I wanted it to do, which ends up being this. Um, I ended up taking this into I ended up taking this into Google Stitch. So let's go ahead and go back to Stitch with Google. Get that up and running here. So boom, right? Stitch with Google currently is a free to use in beta design application where you can put in prompts into it, and it'll just build out prototypes and mockups based on what you input. This is a very, very useful feature if you're thinking about building out your application and you need speed for the design process, or if you're in my case doing a full stack application and you're wearing many hats and you're trying to get your product shipped quickly, this is one of the go-to routes, honestly, and it's free right now, so take advantage. So pretty much, I went ahead, put that information into Stitch, and then I provided it that dashboard, right? So let's take a look here. This is where I've added it. Well, first I asked for it to create a mobile version actually, and this is what it created, right? So I just want y'all to know all I'm doing is this is this is it. I put in the main colors along with the utility tint colors, and then it designed this dashboard here, which we're seeing right here, the mobile version. And so my mindset is build out the mobile first, see what I like, and then from there, if I wanted to, I can click on generate or modify, but normally I'm clicking on generate. I do variations, and then from there you can tell Stitch what to do. So let's go ahead and, just for the sake of seeing how it works, we're going to change out the layout and color scheme, and we're going to have it create three different ones, and we're just going to reimagine. Explore, it changes some of the initial mockup, right? And it keeps certain aspects. And then refine is when you find something that you really like, but you want to tweak it. This is based on what I've experienced so far, because I'm also still learning this as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's gonna collect its crayons, you know, and boom. Within a couple of seconds, really within a minute, it should generate decent mockups that you can really use and build it out. And whatever output at the moment, the output that it generates is yours to use in your project without any issues. Um, if you're watching this video in the future, that may change, but of course, as of right now, this is the current scenario, right? So we're just gonna wait a little bit. Just having a little time thinking about this. Boom. Look at that, right? So from this right here, we generated three different potential, uh, you know, designs that we can choose from. So let's say I like this, right? I could click on this and then tell it, hey, so as you can see in the chat, this has been pretty much my workflow. I like this. Can we create a web version of this, right? And we'll use Flash, which is its quickest model. But if you want a more refined model, its Pro version is pretty good, honestly. And it generally takes maybe an extra minute or so, but the quality tends to be a lot better based on the prompt you give it. Sometimes, though, what I've found is it will hallucinate from previous prompts when it generates variations. So again, it's still in beta, so you're gonna get those little quirks here and there. So let's see what it builds up as part of a web version for this, right? So we're finalizing the output. So yeah, sometimes it'd be lying about how long it takes. You know what I mean? This is definitely longer than whatever it said earlier. But this is what you get for the price of free. um, but let's, while we wait, take a look at this here. I didn't even go into detail. This is pretty neat design right here, and this is just like a chat. But wow, look at this dashboard, and this is 2 minutes. This could have taken you an hour, maybe if you're a designer or less. I don't know, but look at how much time we saved, and we can just build off of this, immediately, right? So let's go ahead and remove these. You just hit delete. And all right, so from this, I asked it based off just what we did to build the web version. Let me go back up here. And I asked it to use the dashboard that Claude gave me. So this is what I input into the chat from the prompt, right? And then from that, it created this dashboard here, which you might have seen in the last episode if you watched it. And then overall, I just iterate over. So if it's something I like, I keep it. I may ask it to tweak. And also, if you need to edit, right, let's modify this real quick because again, my autolog was an initial name. It's more so of a placeholder, but it's my auto tab, right? You can edit it and save it, and boom, easy peasy, right? And then let me change the name here. Let's also edit Alex to be Mark. Boom, right? And then what's nice about this, right? I'm giving y'all like pretty much a mini tutorial. You can also export this to Figma. So if you hit this export here, all right, 1 second, that thing tweaking. You can export it to Figma. You can export it as a zip. I'm not sure what Jules is. If y'all know, comment below. Let me know what it is. Um, And yeah, MCP, which seems pretty cool. I haven't really played around with these features because I've just been hyper focused on trying to get out the UI, which is what I was doing. So you pretty much copy this, and then let me show you how it translates over to Figma. It's pretty decent, right? You just copy and paste. You can edit it now in Figma. And while we're here, these are all the pages that I built out using Stitch with Google. This is the vehicles page. This is what it's supposed to look like. That's the end goal here. And then the vehicle details page, this is where you're gonna, once you click into your vehicle, you'll be able to check your documents, right? Add new documents, see a quick overview of your service maintenance history along with your fuel expense history. And then I built out the the mobile versions, of course, but I kept it separate. But let's actually switch back to Stitch. So with each of them, I partnered the mobile version so you can see, right? Boom. And what it would look like in the mobile, adding a vehicle, seeing the success paid states shown to you. Um, And this is continuous iteration. Hey, let's create a documents page. And they would always start off, because I actually prompted to always start mobile first. That's one thing I noticed. There are times I did intend for it to just do a web page, but it always started mobile first, which is good. It prevented me from, going back, starting off web and trying to have it go back that way. And I think so far I haven't experimented with the other way of working with this, but I'm pretty sure it should be straightforward, right? The document vault, this is what it would look like. And this is potentially a list view and adding a document and so forth. So to keep it short, pretty much it took me, in all honesty, about 4 sessions and a cumulative amount of maybe 10 hours to build this out, right? This is the fuel log page. So, but I I really got this down in a day or two, you know, of separate sessions. And not what's nice about this is both mobile and web design, right? In 10 hours to have full mobile UI and full web or near full mobile and full web is to me is pretty nice. Because I know if I were doing this myself, it would have taken me a lot longer, right? And I have some other experimental things here that I'm just still looking at. So cool beans. Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to end it here with a clip of me just, doing that initial prompting sped up. If y'all like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe. If you have any feedback, I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see y'all in the next episode.